Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Mutombo and I'm a new mom. So on the community tab, I prompted you guys to ask me questions related to pregnancy, birth, motherhood, life with a newborn and all of that. I should have known my audience by now. You guys did not spare me. Okay, let's attempt to answer these questions. My laptop is in front of me with the questions open. Before doing Q&As, I normally sit down, gather all the questions, categorize them into their various topics so that each section of the video has related questions. But guys, as you see me now, I don't have the time to sit down and do that. It's even a miracle that I'm able to sit down right now to answer the questions. My baby monitor is there. It's let me show you guys the time. It's 4 minutes past midnight. I'm in my pajamas and I'm just attempting to use whatever time that I have to sit down and answer these questions. So please forgive me if this is not the organized Q&A that you guys are used to on this channel. We're keeping this as natural as possible. Okay, all disclaimers out of the way, introduction out of the way. Let's actually get into your questions. Riza asks, hi Mutombo, do you have helping hands with the baby? Did your mom or mom-in-law come in? How are you handling the entire journey? Because it's really hard handling a newborn without a family member, especially with all your body is going through. Yeah, so for the first couple of weeks, my mom was around. There were a couple of weekends when my sister-in-law came. That's my husband's sister. But beyond that, my husband and I are pretty hands-on with this baby. In past vlogs, I used to say it's just the two of us that live in this house, but now I say it's the three of us that live in this house. My husband, our son, and I. We don't have any living help, but we do have help with the housework. When it comes to chores, we have help for that. But for now, when it comes to the baby, that's my responsibility, and when my husband is not at work, it's our responsibility. Yes, you are right, it is not easy at all. I'm looking at it as a positive, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to figure things out, just us as a family, figure out our rhythm. Because with a newborn, what I learned very quickly is that you cannot establish anything permanent at this stage. You can't establish a routine, you cannot establish feeding patterns and all of those things, because as the baby grows, and at that stage they grow very fast, things are just constantly changing. So I'm just happy that I'm able to figure things out and really be hands-on until the point when we are able to establish a routine. I think once we are able to establish a routine, it will be much easier to hand him off to somebody to help, with the childcare. But long story short, to answer your question, no, we don't have help when it comes to the child. And of course, you are going to see how I am handling the day-to-day in subsequent vlogs. Yeah, so stay tuned. Miss Ville says, no questions. I just want to say congratulations to your family of 3. Thank you very much. Also, I noticed you've been glowing throughout your pregnancy, and after giving birth, the glow hormones are doing exactly what they are supposed to be doing. God bless you. God bless you too. Well, thank you. I know you didn't ask a question, but I am still going to give my 2 cents. So what I'm going to say about this is, I knew that obviously during this newborn phase, I'll not be able to do much for myself. I may have to neglect myself a little bit, but what I promise myself is I am going to shower every day, no matter how difficult it is to get a few minutes away from the baby. Trust me, that days when I've literally not been able to find even 5 to 10 minutes to shower. But even if it means me showering at midnight or 1 a.m., I promise myself I'm going to shower every day. I'm going to moisturize my skin, use my Nivea on my body, my Vaseline on my face, and I'm going to always smell good. After every shower, I make sure I spray a body mist. If I'm feeling really good, I can spray some perfume, like actual eau de parfum, but at least I have a body mist on and some deodorants. You know what, in the beginning, immediately after giving birth, I actually did not have any choice with this, because there is a body odor. There is a body odor that you develop after giving birth that I was not prepared for. I would shower, and then like 15 minutes after showering and doing all of this spraying and everything, I'll just get a whiff of myself, and I'm like, what? Oh my goodness, don't tell me that smell is coming from a human being, and that human being is me. No, the body odor was no joke, but I think the body odor stopped around the 6-week mark. yeah, the body odor was really bad. You see, you didn't ask a question, but I turned it into a question. Carl says he has just one question, but I'm seeing like 10 questions here. So, which is it? What's the best piece of parenting advice you ever received as a mom? So during pregnancy, I started watching a few pregnancy-related videos on YouTube and on TikTok. One thing that I heard there, and that I've also known, is that everybody is different. Every child is different. People reach different milestones at different times. At the end of the day, you just do your best and you pray for God to control the rest. So without that extra layer of worry, you're actually able to enjoy the journey, and I'm glad that I went into this with that mindset. What would a perfect day for you look like now as a new mom? I cannot really give a perfect schedule because I have not yet figured out my schedule. I don't even wake up at the same time every day. So anyway, a perfect day would have quality time spent with my son, getting him to do his tummy time, playing with him and whatever he needs for his development, feeding him, changing a couple of diapers. I would like to be able to sit down and actually enjoy a meal without trying to rush over it, trying to finish my food before he wakes up from his nap. I would like to be able to edit my videos or work on something that just is mine, nothing, baby related. I would like to have at least 4 solid hours during the day to work on my own personal goals, study, edit my videos. And somewhere in there, I would like to be able to get at least 5 hours of sleep uninterrupted. I don't have that ideal day yet because right now, instead of sleeping, I'm sitting here to film this video. These are the 3-4 hours that I want to use to work on my personal stuff, my YouTube, my videos, my content. But because I'm sitting here filming this video, it means that I am not sleeping. So I'll probably not get up to 5 hours sleep today. So yeah, still figuring that out. Okay, after becoming a mom, how much has your perception changed about kids/life? I like this question. Listen, before becoming a mom or before getting pregnant, motherhood content was not my piece of cake. Kids-related content was not my piece of cake at all. I didn't even want to know. Especially people who make like their children the center of their contents. Also interesting about somebody who cannot talk. You cannot have a conversation with the person. Baby's day out, baby goes to the playground. You could never catch me clicking on such a video. What am I watching a baby for? No, please. I was going to say adult content only, but I just realized that means something completely different. But now, when I'm scrolling TikTok and I see a video of a baby, I pause and I watch and I smile too. My baby fever actually came after having a child. Before having a child, even during pregnancy, I never ever had baby fever. Like, I had no desire whatsoever to have a child. But after that, after having the child and actually holding the child, baby fever just hit me like a brick. Long story short, now I find kids a bit more interesting. Who gets the credit for the name Ezra? And was it an easy accord to name your baby boy Ezra? One of our criteria was that we wanted a Christian biblical name. For me, that was a non-negotiable. Hence, our little prophet, Ezra. My husband and I went back and forth a lot on names. But once we landed on the name Ezra, we both instantly said, okay, we love this name. What is the most sleep hours you've gotten in one stretch since having your baby boy? We have definitely hit 6 hours. Praise God. As soon as I realized that he sleeps better when I bathe him in the evenings, like right before I put him to bed, and he sleeps better when he sleeps late, it was a game changer. And that is one of the reasons why I'm able to sit here at this time to make this video. Daisy asks, how was the birthing process for you? Is it something you would want to do all over again? The birthing process, yeah, I can definitely do that again. But the pregnancy part of it, for me, that was a nightmare. I was super depressed during pregnancy. I woke up hating life itself. Went to bed hating life, constantly throwing up. I've said this so many times, and I cannot say it enough times for you to actually understand what it means for you to throw up 7-8 times a day. You throw up until your body is depleted of whatever food you've eaten, and then it starts like just bile and water starts coming out from you. Like you throw up, everything is bitter and green, yellow, because the only thing that your stomach has to offer is your hydrochloric acid. that is meant to digest food, it comes back up. Ha! Nah. But the actual birthing part, even though it was very painful, at least it was within a short time frame. It's, 1 day of pain and it's over. I hope that answers your question. Lily asks, do you and Vincent plan to have any more kids in the future? And are you going to be an official stay-at-home mama? How has motherhood/fatherhood changed things for the both of you? Did you have a natural birth without medication? If so, was it painful? Because I definitely had meds when I gave birth 16 years ago. Oh my God, 16 years ago. Congratulations. If I did not have to take anybody else into consideration, it was like solely a decision for me and me alone, and I was the only one concerned in this decision. For me, one is enough, honestly. But I would definitely like for Ezra to have a sibling, because you guys see on this channel how I am with my siblings. My siblings are the best things that ever happened to me, and I'm one of the best things that ever happened to them. So I would definitely like Ezra to have a sibling, and for Ezra's sibling to have Ezra. Anyway, we'll see when the time comes. But for the next one, I would definitely like to be more prepared, especially mentally. I'm very happy from the videos. I think it's really evident that I'm happier right now than I've been in a very long time. What was the question again? Are you going to be an official stay-at-home mom? Look, I'm already itching to get back to work. Like I said earlier, an ideal way for me would be to have time to do my own things, to work for myself, to study, to, develop my own self a bit more, separate from my child, separate from my family, to develop me, Mutombo, as a person. I don't think I'll be happy long-term as a stay-at-home mom. No, I don't think I'm that selfless, honestly. Like, I need things that are mine. I need my life to still be mine, Wow, that was a real vulnerable moment there. Lily, how did you get that out of me? How has motherhood/fatherhood changed things for the both of you?
Here, I assumed you were asking how it has changed our dynamic as a couple, but I'm just now realizing that you may have meant to ask how it has changed us individually. Oh well.
Just for the fact that we had our first child within our first year of marriage, we didn't even have time to figure out how we are on our own before the whole idea of a third person came into the mix. So I can't tell. I can't really tell if anything has changed, but I think getting married and living together changed our dynamic a lot more than having a baby did. Did you have a natural birth? I think at this point I need to film a birth story. So watch out for that. I'll film one. Hopefully after this, if I can. Mirella asks, how will you be managing house chores, taking care of the baby, creating vlogs and illustrations? Though you mentioned in your previous vlogs that you will be taking a break from your job since you were at your last weeks of pregnancy. Wow, you've been paying attention, girl. You needed time to prepare for the childbirth, welcoming the baby, and also your postpartum period. Like now, the baby needs you the most. Are you planning to get a nanny? If so, at what age of baby Ezra? You've hit a point there. Like I said, I do want to go back to pursuing my own things, My camera died. I had to move to my phone, so I'm filming on my phone now. We move. There's no time to stop and wait. The camera is on charge. That's the whole point of having a smartphone. So, Mirella, to answer your question, for now, I'm just trying to ease myself back into work. As you can see, I've been uploading. I think so far I've been uploading consistently every week for at least a month now. Especially since, as I mentioned before, Ezra is sleeping for a bit longer these days. That means that I too get to rest. At least I'm able to sit down for an hour or two a day and work on my personal projects. As for the whole nanny situation, it's by the grace of God, and I'm honestly still trying to figure out that side of the equation, and you are going to see that in subsequent vlogs. Carol asks, I would like to know how painful it was to push. I hear it's often extremely painful. Often extremely painful, Carol. It's always extremely painful. Let me put it this way. Imagine the most amount of pain that you can think of. Multiply that by 100. Have you gotten your answer? Take that answer and multiply again by 100. I'm not going to lie, I'm beginning to feel sleepy. I don't know if you guys can tell, my eyes are getting red. Mabel asks, will you space out your kids? What is the best part of the entire journey for you? I think the best part of the entire journey is actually having the child and watching him grow into his own personality. Not me, not his father, his own personality, his own identity. I think that's the best part of it. Rose Fanny asks, what are the things you learned during motherhood that you wish they told you before? Honestly, I think mentally I was prepared for the worst. So I wouldn't say anything really took me by surprise. The only thing that I would say is that it's definitely harder than it looks. When I look at my mom, even you guys in the comments, like when I read, oh, 3 kids, I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys make this thing look so easy. So it's definitely harder than it looks. The other thing that I learned, which is again, it's something that I knew, is that your life is never going to be the same. If you're waiting for a moment when you start feeling like your old self again after giving birth, you're waiting for life to get back to the way it used to be, it's never going to get back to what it used to be. So just let go of whatever past life you had and prepare for your new reality. That's it. And this thing of just knowing mentally that you are saying goodbye to your old life forever can help you not fall into depression. I knew that and I accepted that early on in the pregnancy. In fact, when I got pregnant, I actually mourned the death of my previous life. I really fully grieved my life before kids. I felt so bad for feeling that way, like, oh, maybe I'm not happy about bringing a child into this world, or that's not the case. That it really is not the case. It's, how do I even explain this? It's just the fact that despite this being a good thing, despite this being a blessing, the fact of the matter is your life will never be the same again. So because I grieved it and I really took my time, I processed it, when the baby actually came, I was mentally prepared. And I think that's one of the things that helped me not go into postpartum depression. The depression I felt was during the pregnancy, and I'm so glad that this happened while I was still pregnant and not when I had a whole other human being that is depending on me, that I have to take care of, that I love so much. And yeah, so that's it. True, there have been days that have been hard, that days that I've cried, but I don't think I've cried more than five times. Sometimes I cry, but it's just out of exhaustion, like I'm just tired. But once Vincent comes back and I'm able to hand off Ezra to him and I'm able to sleep, once I get up, I'm fine. Those days when I cry, it's not, that I'm depressed or sad. I'm just exhausted and just not really having anybody to turn to near me. Somebody even asked about paternity leave. Guys, Cameroon, most of these companies give 3 days paternity leave. Ezra was born on a Tuesday, and Vincent only had that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off for paternity leave. So what he actually did was, after some time, after my mom left and everything, he then took his annual leave and spent that with us in the house. I am MSD asks, how are you handling being a new mother? As for how I'm handling being a new mother, it's okay. My main problems are just fatigue and not having time for my own projects, and I give all the glory to God. It's not something that I take for granted. Thank you for asking. Jesus's mother asks, in one word, describe how... Sorry, Jesus's child, not Jesus's mother. What am I saying? Jesus's baby asks, in one word, describe how you feel being a mother to baby Ezra. Blessed. What age gap do you want for your kids? Did you and hubby talk about this? Big kisses to the baby and take very good care of yourself too. I'm trying. I don't like saying these things because down the line I can change my mind and then you'll be like, oh, but you said. But what I'm feeling now is that I want, about 4 years, at least 3 to 4 years between them. My main reason for that is just because of the pregnancy experience. If I was able to function during pregnancy, then I would not mind a smaller age gap. I don't even know how to explain how that constant vomiting makes you feel. It's just misery. It's very dehumanizing. Little Stitch asks, what are the things that you would advise a new mom to have? Let me try to think of things apart from the obvious, like diapers, wipes. Anyway, for me, baby needs his own bed. There was a time when we used to let Ezra take naps on our bed because we were like, oh, okay, if it's not overnight, then it's okay, he can nap on our bed. And then he started wanting to, constantly sleep in my bed, and I'm like, I'm already sharing this bed with one person. You want to come and add? Go to your bed. Except if there's no other bed for you, that's when you can come and sleep on that bed. Lilo also asked, how did you deal with the umbilical cord and circumcision? I was scared. I don't like to see blood. I actually have a story to tell concerning this umbilical cord thing. So when you give birth to a baby and they cut off the umbilical cord, there's a small piece that is left that they put a clip on, and they tell you to just keep an eye out, because with time that small piece of umbilical cord that is still attached to the baby's navel will fall off. So you actually have to be careful when wearing his diaper, so that the diaper doesn't touch that small stump that is left on his navel. You have to be careful when bathing him, so that you don't agitate that area. You actually have to be super careful so that you don't harm the child in any way, especially as concerns that region. So I knew all of this before going into labor, because I had been watching my TikToks. Okay, I'd been watching my YouTube, doing my research. When they did it and I saw the stump and I saw that they had clipped it, I was like, okay, this is normal, this was expected. So just a few hours after he was born, my sister came in to see me in the hospital. She carried him, and then she just turned him over, and this whole area going to the back was red. Blood. It has soaked his dresses, his innerwear, and then he first day I decided to wear him white, like fresh, newly arrived, package him in white. So it was just a big red stain on a white dress. When I saw it, I didn't even know how I thought. I just thought he had a wound on his body somewhere, or he had sliced his stomach or whatever. I don't even know how that would be possible, because nobody had touched him. But my brain, my head just started pumping like, oh my god, where is all this blood coming from? We called the nurses, like, oh, come and look at this thing. They came, they looked at it, they said, oh no, it's the umbilical cord stump. Like, it hasn't been properly clipped. It's like the clip had slid off the stump a bit, and blood was coming out from his body. I just saw blood and I almost fainted. So yeah, that's my little story. The videos that I'd been seeing online, they were saying, oh, don't bathe your baby, like don't immerse him in water until the stump falls off. When I asked my nurses about it, they said, tu veux pas laver ton enfant? Lave ton enfant, s'il te plaît. Lave ton enfant. So I was bathing him normally every day, but I would not scrub the navel area because of the umbilical cord stump. And then it fell off, I think, after like 10 days. They gave me a product to put on his navel so that it dries up that umbilical cord. I had no problem dealing with it, because I asked the nurses, like, does this actually hurt the baby? They said no, it doesn't hurt him. They just need it to heal and fall off. Circumcision, yeah, we circumcised him at 3 days old. He was born on Tuesday, he was circumcised on Friday. We were not even joking about that, because we're like, okay, the whole birthing thing is a traumatic experience for you. Let's not wait and then traumatize you again after maybe a month. Just take all the trauma at once, then you live your life. The way he screamed, oh my gosh, I wasn't there. Thankfully, Mercy had warned me. You guys know Mercy, right? Mercy Diary. Check out her channel. Mercy had warned me, like, circumcision day. Prepare your mind. So at least Vincent was there during the circumcision. So he's the one who took the baby into the operating room. They circumcised him there. I was just sitting outside and hearing Ezra scream at the top of his lungs. Immediately after the procedure was done, he stopped crying. He stopped crying and he never cried again about it. As for caring for the circumcised area, I never bathed him without disinfecting his water. The circumcision healed without a problem. As soon as I saw signs of a wet diaper, I changed. In fact, even without him crying, until that circumcision healed, I would check his diaper like every hour, every 1 hour, 30 minutes. Make sure I change it, so that he's just constantly fresh. What do you eat to increase your milk supply? How many times do you pump a day? So for milk supply, lots and lots of milk. The way the body works is amazing. Like God is a masterful architect. Why I brought up the functioning of the human body is because I am normally lactose intolerant. Like when I eat milk, that means that I've just destroyed my system for like 2 days. But after giving birth, I became miraculously lactose tolerant. Milk just stopped disturbing me. So I don't know, I guess my body just knew that I would need milk in order to produce milk for the baby. I was craving milk. So yeah, milk helped with my supply, but the thing that helped more than anything was drinking lots and lots of water. I think I was drinking at least 4 liters of water a day for me. The good thing is that I didn't even have to put in an effort to say, oh, time to drink my water. I was just constantly thirsty. But like I said, the human body is masterfully designed. What I needed, my body asked for it. My body somehow just made me crave that thing. Like I was just constantly thirsty. So I was drinking lots of water, and that helped with my milk supply. For pumping, I'm saying most of these things in past tense because as of the time that I am filming this video, I have introduced formula. He has started drinking formula, so it's not the same as when he was on the exclusive breast milk. But okay, let me speak for exclusive breastfeeding. During that time, I was pumping 3 times a day, and my body was producing just enough milk for him for the day. Just enough milk for him for the day, and then maybe like 1 or 2 feedings the next day. So I was constantly pumping. It's not as if I could pump and then spread it out. I was just constantly pumping, and the milk was constantly getting finished. Like he was actually finishing it. So Melvin asks, was there something you often did during pregnancy that Vincent did not like? What is it, or what are they? No, Vincent tried though. He tried during pregnancy. For one thing, I hated all his perfumes, and I did not fail to let him know. I did not fail to let him know that this thing like this, please, don't spray anything. Don't spray anything. I don't want to get any smell. Your soap, stop that soap. Soap that I bought for him. I was like, stop that soap, because if you use that soap again, it means that you want to kill me in this house. It means you want to finish me in this house. Yes. And I was so aggressive with how I expressed myself, especially concerning these smells, because like I said, I vomited from the beginning of my pregnancy to the day that I was in labor. I was in labor and vomiting. This vomiting issue, I think, I don't know. We need a support group for people who vomit from the beginning of pregnancy to the end, and vomiting multiple times a day. I don't think I can express this enough. It made me depressed. Like I went into myself, like I was a shell. The drug that my doctor gave me to help stop the vomiting is something that they give people who are on chemotherapy to help with the nausea that they experience during the treatment. And that drug will only help me for a day or 2, and then I'm back to vomiting again. So nah. So with the fact that at the least smell of something, I just start throwing up as if my insides want to see the world outside. So I was constantly complaining. I could actually see how he was just trying to keep it together and really just trying to be patient with me. Even perfumes that I used to use and like actual designer perfumes, I had to give them out. What is the meaning of our baby name? Ezra means helper. So Ezra is actually part of a longer name, a longer Hebrew name, which means God helps. Please don't ask me what the longer Hebrew name is. I looked for it, I couldn't find it. What were those things that you loved but lost appetites for during pregnancy? I couldn't eat arrow during pregnancy. Anything that was made with palm oil, I could not eat. I used to love chocolate a lot. For the first, I think 4 months, I couldn't eat chocolate. I didn't have lots of cravings. What I had mostly was aversions. Like I hated almost everything that I tasted. What advice can you give to a pregnant woman? Rest as much as you can. Don't compare your journey to other people's journey. Every pregnancy is different. Please don't traumatize yourself by trying to start comparing to say, oh, this person had this experience but I did not. And then thirdly, listen to your body. Like I said, God designed this human body in a fantastic way. If your body is telling you something, listen to it. This whole thing of they say, oh, you're eating for 2, please don't fall into that trap. Like I said, listen to your body. If your body is asking for food, okay, then eat, but don't eat because, oh, I feel like I need to eat because I need to eat for 2. I need to nourish my baby. Your body will nourish your baby. Your body will nourish your baby, whether you like it or not. Your body will take the nutrients that is supposed to go to you, package it and give it to your baby. So your baby will grow. That's an old wives' tale. that, oh, you need to eat for two, you need to eat for you and the baby. You don't need to do that. You need to just eat for yourself. Your body will figure out the rest. What advice can you give a couple expecting their first baby? Don't buy too many things. We didn't buy too many things, especially clothes. The way Ezra's clothes are, especially in the beginning, if I don't do laundry after 3 days, he has nothing to wear, and I was very fine with that. First of all, they outgrow these things so fast, so don't fill your house with clothes that you're not going to use after 1 month, after 2 months. Same thing with toys. Ezra has a couple of rattles, that and his baby gym. Those are the only things that he plays with. I don't know. Maybe I should explore more options for him. I don't know. Why are you asking me for advice? I've been doing this just for 5 minutes, so I don't know. Hey, please. Okay, the advice I can give you is just to have a bit of grace with each other. You, the father, extend lots and lots of grace to the mom, because no matter how present the father is, the mom always carries the majority of the weight of taking care of a child. Not because the father is not willing, but because biologically that's the way it is. Fathers cannot produce milk. Just the act of breastfeeding and producing milk is already very draining. Give a lot of grace, and for the mother, also give the father a bit of grace, because it's very easy to feel like you are alone in this journey, even if the father is present and hands-on and doing, you know, all the things that he needs to do to take care of his child. Just because of the fact that most of the weight is on you, you can feel lonely. So if you actually see that, you know, the father of your child is putting in that effort, give some grace. When it comes to procreation, the job can never be divided equally. It cannot. That was never God's intention. Once I realized this and accepted it, that's when I started to know peace. Half of this thing is a mentality game. It's a mindset thing, honestly. Half of this thing is just having the right mindset while approaching these things. Anyway, I've been talking for a while now. Let's check the time. Let's check the time. It is 2:30 a.m. So I've been talking for 2 hours. Let me say about 2 hours 20 minutes, because I took some time to go and charge my phone and stuff. Anyway, guys, we have come to the end of the video. I have answered all the questions that you guys asked. I hope I answered them satisfactorily. I hope this video was interesting for you guys. We'll see you in the next video. The next video should be a vlog. Thank you so much. You guys have been so sweet and supportive under the last couple of videos that I posted regarding, you know, my first motherhood experience. But anyway, I have exciting things planned for this channel, especially this year, 2025. Happy new month, by the way. March is already going by so quickly. I feel like the 1st of March was just yesterday, and we are already more than 1 week into the month. I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. I am exhausted. Let me try to gather my clips together and go to bed. I thought I'll be able to film my birth story now. Are you seeing my eyes? It's not possible right now, and I want to get some sleep before Ezra wakes up. If he wakes up and I'm not able to sleep before 6 a.m, that means I would have gone 24 hours without sleep.